What does it mean to be a man? What does it mean to be a person? What does it mean to be a man who is a person standing on a deck of reclaimed barnwood that he built with his own hands, reading a book that he wrote himself? I don't know. No, I do know, because that is my story. And I can tell you what it's like to be that man, because telling stories is what I do. I could tell you the story of earning a fortune and then spending every dime on sushi and red wine, and then sleeping in my truck, and probably on your couch, and then rising again to the middling levels of the corporate world, and then quitting in a burst of fire and brimstone, only to rise once again in the world of being an indie author. But what if another man comes along, and he is telling his story years after you began telling your story, in a way that made you think, oh, I wish I had thought of telling my story like he's telling his story. But the truth is, although I can tell my story, I cannot tell his story or your story. You need to discover how to tell your story, and then I can tell you the stories that you have to hear from me. And if you know me, then you know that you and I can gather here behind the threadbare velvet ropes that separate our little scene from the rest of the algorithm. And here I will welcome you and say, hey, punk rocker,